Welcome to this explainer. Today we are absolutely busting the myth that visiting the magnificent Himalayas is some exclusive privilege reserved only for well-funded mountaineers. We're tearing down the financial barriers to one of the most breathtaking countries on Earth.
Look, a lot of travelers are pretty intimidated by the perceived costs of international travel, especially when it comes to high-altitude trekking. If you want to visit Nepal at a low price, you might be wondering if it's genuinely feasible to spend 2 full weeks exploring temples, jungles, and mountains without completely breaking the bank. So we are asking the ultimate question today. Is a 15-day Nepal trip for under $500 actually possible?
Well, let's just dive right into it, because an average daily backpacker budget in Nepal is actually hovering around just 25 to 40 bucks a day. And no, that is not a starvation budget. That covers a bed, 3 solid meals, and moving around the country, proving that Nepal remains one of the most affordable adventure destinations on the planet.
Here is our roadmap for this explainer. First, the $500 Nepal challenge. Second, eating and sleeping local. Third, getting around. Fourth, gear, rent, buy, or bring. Fifth, guides and hidden costs. And finally, the 14-day budget plan.
Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, the 500 Nepal Challenge. Mindset over luxury. The secret here is that if you avoid Western expectations and just embrace local Nepali infrastructure, reaching that $500 goal is incredibly practical. It's really about a shift in mindset, you know? If you demand a boutique hotel and imported Western food every single day, yeah, your budget is going to absolutely skyrocket. But if you're willing to travel the way locals do, Nepal actively rewards you with massive savings and, honestly, a much richer cultural immersion.
Moving right along to Section 2. Eat and sleep local to save money on the basics.
Just look at the stark contrast in prices. Literally, just 2 streets away from the main tourist hubs in Kathmandu's Thamel district, restaurants charge $4 to $7 for a simple plate of pasta. But if you just walk over to the Asan Bazaar area, you can get a hearty, authentic local meal for as little as $1.50. The difference in taste is negligible, but the difference in your wallet? Enormous.
Eating like a local basically means embracing dalbat. Guys, this is the ultimate budget hack for anyone trekking or exploring the cities, mostly because those free refills will keep you fueled all day long. It's healthy, it's culturally authentic, and it costs around $2 to $3. As the popular local saying goes, dalbat power 24-hour. And that brings us to a seriously crucial point on the trekking routes, the tea house rule. Basically, rooms are effectively free or incredibly cheap. We're talking sometimes as low as $2 or $3 a night. But this heavily discounted room rate comes with an unwritten rule. You must buy your meals at that tea house. These lodges make their profit on the food, not the bed. If you decide to eat somewhere else, they might literally quintuple your room rate. Always eat where you sleep to keep those costs down.
All right, Section 3, getting around. Transit on a budget.
For sure, skip the domestic flights. Those can easily cost over $100 one way. Instead, negotiate wisely. Walking in areas like Thamel in Kathmandu or Lakeside in Pokhara is totally free and highly scenic. When you do need a ride, bypass the whole taxi negotiation anxiety by using ride-hailing apps like Pata or InDrive. They give you transparent, localized fares. And for moving between cities, a comfortable tourist bus to Pokhara or Chitwan is only going to set you back about $6 to $11.
Next up, Section 4. Gear. Rent, buy, or bring for smart trekking packing.
So you're definitely going to want to bring fit-critical items from home, like broken-in boots, because blisters will absolutely ruin your trek. But take a look at this middle column. You can buy highly affordable fleece and down jackets locally in Kathmandu's Tamil district. Finally, rent the bulky, expensive items you only use once, like a heavy-duty sleeping bag or trekking poles, for just $1 to $3 a day. Mixing and matching like this saves you 40 to 60% compared to buying the whole shebang at a Western retail store.
Let's dive into Section 5, guides and hidden costs, including those mandatory trek fees. Okay, so you absolutely must factor in the 2023 mandatory guide rule for trekking. A licensed guide costs around $25 to $35 a day. But the budget hack here? You can totally split this cost with other travelers. You also need to budget for your visa and mandatory national park permits up front, like the ACAP or Sagarmatha permits. And oh, here's a massive hidden cost, bottled water. On the mountain, it gets incredibly expensive the higher you climb, up to $3 a bottle. Bring a SteriPen or water purification tablets to treat tap water instead, and you're going to save a small fortune over a 2-week trek.
Finally, Section 6, the 14-day budget plan. Proof in the numbers.
Here's the visual proof, guys. A classic 2-week itinerary covering Kathmandu, Pokhara, and a mountain trek safely lands between $260 and $460. Notice how food and accommodation make up 55% of the total cost. But because you've chosen guest houses and Dalbat, those totals remain incredibly low. Even if you add a small buffer to make it a full 15-day trip, it keeps you safely under that $500 mark.
The biggest takeaway here? By eating in local bazaars, taking the bus alongside locals, and staying in family-run tea houses, you aren't just saving money. Actually, you're getting a far richer, more connected travel experience. You're interacting with the people, participating in the daily rhythm of the country, and experiencing the true warmth of Himalayan hospitality that you simply cannot find behind the walls of a luxury resort.
The math completely proves it's possible, and the culture is more than ready to welcome you. So, knowing that paradise costs less than your monthly grocery bill, what is holding you back from exploring the roof of the world?